Welcome to African Vibes with Princess Okoya. Now, when I started doing this show, I promised myself that I'd only talk about the good things about Africa. Let's keep it positive, I told myself. But once in a while, something comes up that we need to discuss. Well, recently, Ghanaians woke up to the news that the Minister of Sanitation and Water, Cecilia Abnadapa, is taking her 2 housemaids to court. Why? Because the maid had stolen from her $1 million, 300,000 euros, and millions of Ghana cedis. Let me repeat. The maids of the Minister of Sanitation and Water in Ghana had stolen from the minister, and they stolen it from her home, not from her bank, but from her home, from her bedroom, $1 million, 300,000 euros, and millions of Ghana cedis. The interesting thing was, the minister and her husband both did not know until the husband came home one day and saw one of the maids in the act. So how much money that she have stolen or that she have hiding in her house that we're assuming she's stolen? Maybe it's legit money, okay? So how much money does she have in her house that she doesn't even know that $1 million is gone? Another question that I really want to explore is that how come with African politicians, a lot of them, when they start off, they don't have money, or they have a bit of family money, but within a year or two of being in power, they have so much money. They buy properties in their countries, in UK, in Canada, in USA. Their kids own hotels, restaurants, all sorts. I mean, I've seen this happen. You know, we've all seen it all across Africa. One day, they're in opposition, they're speaking against poverty, they're speaking against lack of hospitals, they're speaking against no schools, no good roads. The next minute, they're in power and they forget all these things they spoke against. They become very wealthy, the kids become very wealthy, and so forth. How come? I think, and I could be wrong, this is my personal view, I think it's because of self-preservation. Why do I say that? Well, what I believe is that when you're in position, you're in opposition, you talk. But the minute you're in power, the powers that be come to you and say to you, hey, are you with us or against us? If you're with us, we'll give you loans, and you have to take those loans, but you have to take the loans for yourself. So you and your appointees, your family, enjoy the money, buy properties, build hotels, own beach resorts, do whatever. But do not use that money to develop your country. Because I don't believe the colonists want Africa developed. No, a functioning Africa is a headache. So keep the people poor and stressed so that we don't move forward. Now, if you're against us, we will make sure life is hell for you. We'll demonize you, or we'll do like we did in Nkrumah, Lumumba, Sankara, and more recently, Magufuli and the Burundian president. During this whole COVID pandemic, Magufuli and the president of Burundi said, hey, we don't want the COVID loans. Next thing we know, they were told they died of COVID. The Madagascar president said he didn't want the COVID loan. He came and told us that it was an assassination attempt on his life. The Haitian president said he didn't want the COVID loan. He also came and told us that it was an assassination attempt on his life. So by the looks of things, African leaders are told by the colonizers, take the loans, but use it for yourselves. Do not use it to develop your countries. Let your children own all the hotels in the world. Let them own all the properties in the world. You know, that's fine. That's what we want. That's what I truly believe. I mean, look at the amount of money that one minister in Ghana stole. Actually, let me rephrase that. We don't know if she stole the money. What we do know is that her maid stole from her. Now, this minister, when she was caught, she tried to rubbish the case. But Ghanaians held tight. Ghanaians were like, no. And so she was forced to resign. But resignation is not enough. We need her investigated and if needs be, jailed. Because if this was an ordinary citizen, by now they'd have been arrested. The tax people will be on their, I was going to say a very rude word. The tax people will be on them, wanting to know how they got this money. And on top of that, we've been told, or Ghanaians have been told not to hoard dollars. So how can one minister can hoard $1 million and she's not been arrested or investigated? It's really unacceptable. I think it's time for, I don't know, Africans to stand up. You know, we need to open our eyes to what's going on. It's a fact. I don't think our leaders are really our leaders. The Western world is controlling them. So what do we do? How do we move forward? Something for us to think about. Join me next week on African Vibes with Princess Okoya.